Somebody's inspired by this conversation, what would be the first step? Download that app? Is that?
I think that would be the first step. At least that's going to get you informed, and you can kind of, I normally buy from here. They support people I don't support and find an alternative. And they have it, like I said, in categories. You can look by baby clothing. It's not all the time. You're practicing it little by little. It's like just changing one little habit. You want to do something differently, you can start small. Just replace one item. Black creators are so informative. Minority communities, they seem to be the ones that are the most affected. And if we listen to them, and if they're saying, hey, this is affecting us because, Target was like, we have all these different makeup brands and all of these clothing brands and we're trying to bring in, and they were like, we're done. Like, you roll back DEI, that's going to affect us tremendously. Yeah. So once you start listening, to those communities, that help make decisions easier.
Hello, Vermont. I'm Andy Julo.
And I'm Joanna Grossman.
And this is There's No Way in Creamy.
Vermont, politics, culture, and beyond.
Thanks for joining us.
Hello and welcome to There's No A in Creamy, Season 2, Episode 16.
Yes, the one where we go back to the skate shack.
Yes.
Not now. But the interview was done in the skate shack.
Yeah, now we're in the Media Factory, but for the interview, we were back in the skate shack. Our guest lives in the islands, and we wanted to meet her up there. And it was nice to be back in there. It
was. So if you're watching on video, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
We're here in the studio here for the introduction.
Yeah.
But we got some cameras, smaller cameras. The lighting is not as good. It's very tight. We don't have a wide angle. And
then one of them flaked out.
And then the camera that was on Joanna flaked out for last lick. So if you get the last lick.
So the Andy fans, you're in good shape.
Joanna was having a flat hair day anyway, so it's probably better. You'll see her hands with some teal nail polish coming in and out of the frame at that time. But yeah, it'll look a little different if you're watching.
Yeah.
But it was a good conversation. Courtney Lockerby, she lives in Illuminati. She is a mother of 3. She is an assistant librarian in the islands. And she has just put it on herself to avoid shopping with the Oligarchy and has been talking to lots of people. Anyone who will listen, this is how you do it. She's not pushy about it, but she's willing to help guide people who want to make better decisions about where they put their dollars and matching that with their values.
Yeah, she was so cool.
Yes.
And she's living your values. She really is. She's walking the walk. Like, we all talk about, you have to buy local. And she has a slightly different definition of how to shop to stop the oligarchy, but she is serious about it and she's doing it. And not in a terribly easy position either.
Yeah, no, Illuminati is really very rural. It's more rural than I am even.
And a mom of 3.
And a mother of 3.
And she works.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you'll enjoy this episode. This episode of There's No A in Creamy has been sponsored by Phoenix Books. Every click has a cost. In the time it takes to hear this, Vermonters will send over $1,000 to Amazon, a company built on exploiting workers and squeezing small businesses. In times like these, our sponsor, Phoenix Books, wants to remind Vermonters to support Main Street over Wall Street this holiday season. Shop local. Shop your values. Courtney Lockerby, welcome to There's No A in Creamy.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. You're a fellow Islander, and true to island fashion, I believe we're also related.
Yep.
My aunt married into the Lockerby family.
Yeah.
Seems to be how it works here
Around
in the islands.
Here, definitely. Always meet someone.
Yeah, but what have you been up to?
So once the new administration came in, I felt like it was kind of my duty to try and find something I could do as a stay-at-home mom. And I am a librarian, but I'm mostly a stay-at-home mom. It's kind of difficult to get out there and fight the good fight. So I try to do that with my shopping. By fighting the oligarchy through shopping.
That's amazing.
It is.
We talk a lot about the economics of Vermont and how everyone needs to be reinvesting in Vermont. And it was surprisingly difficult to find folks who were really literally putting their money where their mouth is. And not just Vermont, but fighting back and pushing back with their dollar. I love the idea that we don't have to wait till Election Day, right? That we can
No, exactly. And it's more important to be doing it in the meantime.
Yeah. At Phoenix, we like to say every purchase is a protest.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's exactly true. Yeah, no. And like I said, doing thrifting is like always the first line of defense, right? Because we also care about the earth as well. And repurposing and reusing and finding a new home and then shopping local where you can. And then I was like, where do you go from there? And I said the Goods Unitas app. I downloaded that. And
tell us a little about that, actually, because that was new to me.
Yeah, I found it through TikTok. TikTok really...
it's the Goods United app, you said?
Goods Unitas.
Okay, Unitas, okay.
And they list, I mean, there's categories. You can look up politicians, you can look up actors, all different kinds of things to really...
Figure out what they've said and which way they lean.
Yeah, which way they tend to lean,
Yeah.
and if they have supported different campaigns in the past and where that went. And it's really been at least a useful starting tool to kind of, and you can do your own, research from there to make sure, because sometimes it's not. Like they do say that Amazon, I don't know if it just goes by their employee donations, but it says they're Democrat, but we all know like Amazon's kind of like giant evil.
Sponsoring Trump's ballroom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I've seen where Jeff Bezos hangs out. So
Right.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
And you are not on an unlimited budget. You are raising a family.
Exactly.
Fairly far away from the metro area,
Right.
right? So you have constraints.
Yes.
And those are realities that you have to consider when
Exactly.
you make a purchase. At what point did you decide, I need to do something, and this is something that I could do? Was it right after the election, or was it maybe the inauguration?
I tried previously. I was trying to make pretty conscious decisions, but I think seeing it in front of my face, like this place is, and it's things you wouldn't even think about, that it's just really eye-opening. And it was that point, I think, when they just amassed this whole platform and you could just go in there and look straight away, and you didn't have to do, you can do your own research, but it's right there. It was so easy. And then I was a Target shopper. And once they rolled back their DEI and everybody was like, look, we're protesting, we're boycotting, we're not doing this. I was like, okay, so now I have to find a different option. And I found Costco's like a huge one. And they deliver to the islands, which is huge.
Oh, wow.
They deliver right to my door. And I think a lot of people don't know that, and I hope everybody knows now. Because I keep trying to tell everyone it's so easy. And I go over to Aldi in Plattsburgh. That's my other, just like my top two.
So a few years ago, I was vegan for a few years, right? And then all of a sudden, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm not going to eat this. It was like, I just found all these pain points I didn't expect. Like, oh, there's dairy in this, or there's butter in this. And I'm sort of curious if you could share with us a little bit, like, what are the pain points that you've hit, the unexpected speed bumps, and like, how have you overcome those?
Yeah, I mean, a good example, I went with my daughter to Plattsburgh last week to buy a birthday card. Well, where do you get a birthday card, except for, and so we're at the Plattsburgh Mall, and I thought that they had like a little bookstore in there at one point, and it's gone. And I knew that they had, bookstores always have greeting cards.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah, exactly. And we just happened to be in Plattsburgh. She needed a card. Yeah. And so it's like, where do you go? Like Target is like the only place in the mall to get a card. Yeah. And once again, you're not going to be perfect. You can't be perfect all the time. It's about doing what you can when you can and making a conscious decision. But yeah, I mean, that's a small example.
It's a good one.
But it just little things that you don't think about.
Yeah.
Buying shoes. We don't have like a Payless anymore, or like you have to go to an actual shoe store. But then it's like, not all the stores are listed, and that's when you try to do local. But even then, it's like...
Yeah. We always go to Lenny's, but that's still pretty far for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Isle of Mont, everything. Nothing is convenient for Isle of Mont, yeah.
I'm wondering, are your kids buying into this, or do they think mom is being a pain?
A little bit of both. Yeah. So I have a 15, 11, and 9-year-olds. My 15-year-old is very into it for the most part. But, she still likes American Eagle jeans. American Eagle is not that great. But, we try to find them secondhand when we can. But that's not always feasible as well. My son is 11, and he's all for it. He's all for everything. And my 9-year-old's just kind of understands like this is where we shop now, and these are the things we do. So, but they're pretty okay. Pretty cool kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really awesome that they're not like pushing back.
No, they're like, my kids are really cool. Yeah, they really
Apparently,
are.
yeah. Way to go.
Do you have to have extra communication in your household of every time a brand changes or something
I
comes
do
out?
keep, and they're like, oh, geez, Mom, not again. This was, I thought we could go here. So far, it's kind of held. It was in the beginning. It was like, okay, like, fast food is a treat because we just don't live near it. So it was like, oh, we can't go to Wendy's because Wendy's is not good. Burger King seems to be okay, so that's kind of a treat. But it was like, oh, we can't eat here. We can't eat here. Like that's.
It's been surprising
the
which
food
ones.
Part, exactly.
Target, you would have thought would their
I
clientele
thought they really
were
had it, and we were after he had won, and they seemed like they were on the right track, and then they rolled back that DEI, and I was like, I can't support that. Like, what I did on TikTok was I think. Black creators are so informative. And I really started listening more to that community because they're the ones that are the most affected. It seems, minority communities, they seem to be the ones that are the most affected. And if we listen to them, and if they're saying, hey, this is affecting us because, Target was like, we have all these different makeup brands and all of these clothing brands, and we're trying to bring in. And they were like, we're done. Like, you roll back DEI, that's going to affect us tremendously. So once you start listening, to those communities, that help make decisions easier as well.
Have you encountered unexpected benefits, unexpected surprises that you kind of encountered? Like, oh, this is cool. I didn't realize that was going to...
Well, the delivery from Costco was like a huge thing because it made it so much more convenient. I mean, it's not nothing really that stands out tremendously. It's more like my peace of mind, knowing that I think they're like that. My purchases, I know, it is, and just knowing that my purchases can, in the long run, make a difference. I hope a small difference, but a difference nonetheless. Is
this something you do and don't talk about, or is it something that you
I try to talk
definitely get out and talk to lots of?
So
what kind of reactions do you get from people?
For the most part, it's been overwhelmingly positive. I think. I hate to keep harping on the delivery from Costco, but telling people that, especially in the islands, it's such a huge, people just don't know. And I think a lot of people do want to make a difference, and having that knowledge is always a welcome thing, at least for who I surround.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by.
Does it help people feel a little bit more empowered, like they can do something and push back?
I think so, because it is. Everybody's working hard day in and day out, and that's not that we should use that as a reason to not get out there but people are protesting, and they are going to these gatherings and things. But in your small day to day, it's an everyday thing, right? It's not just a Saturday and once a month. It is something that we need to do consistently, day in and day out. Yeah.
This is something I hear Joanna say all the time: is you don't have to wait for the next election to take action. Right. You can do that with where you spend your money.
Yeah. It's funny. It's finding sources and finding those, building those pathways, like building that muscle, I think is such a huge part of it. Like we needed binder clips, and this was actually for work for Phoenix. And I was like, I really want to see if we can find a locally owned store who carries them. And I spent like all day driving around the county, like trying to find binder clips. And then I was like walking in, and I walked by City Hardware, and I was like, I'm just going to see what they have. They have like a whole office supplies section. And I was like, oh my God, this is so great. I'm never going to Staples again.
No,
it just
exactly.
made me so happy.
Exactly. And that's kind of what I did in the very beginning was before that, because Goods Unionist was really new and they didn't have a lot. And so I just went through and did kind of my own research. Like, okay, these are the stores I can shop at. And what if I need this? Where can I go? And then just kind of go. Because the beginning, the getting started is the hard part for a lot of people. And so if you've got the legwork done, somebody else has done it, you're more apt to follow along. And then you can find new things and just... snowball effect, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your response when people say it's too expensive to not shop at Walmart, to not shop through Amazon?
I do try to reiterate to people that the point is, just trying. You know what I mean? It's not, you're not going to be perfect. So if you have to go to Walmart, and I do. I still have times where I have to go. You just don't have that option. But as long as you, even one, I don't want to go, or I could get this at a local place. I don't need to get my books at Walmart. I can get my books at Phoenix Books. I can go to my library instead. Yes. I do try to counter with those kind of options. And for libraries now, a little plug for them. We're not just books, we're DVDs and we're CDs, and some of them have baking dishes or sewing machine, things you can rent.
The Burlington Library has gardening tools.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people just think it's like somewhere where you come in and you have to be quiet. And libraries aren't like that. They're so much more than that now. It's the last like free space. You don't have to buy anything when you go into a library. It costs you nothing.
Yeah.
But I don't even think most of them do late fees anymore. We don't. Just so
wow.
You don't
return your
people.
books on time, but we are a shush-free library.
There you go.
I think we have a sign actually that says that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It says no shushing?
Yeah. It's a
my God,
no
that's
shushing
amazing.
Library. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And free Hershey Kisses, I believe.
We do have,
still.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're a
wow.
Big hit.
We don't have those in Burlington.
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
Come to North Europe.
I might have to.
to.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, I'm glad you asked about it being too expensive, because that's something that I've had some pushback with the Main Street Over Wall Street campaign that Phoenix has been doing with Mighty on this theme. Is I get a lot of like, I haven't heard people use this exact word, but I get a lot of like, oh, that's elitist kind of vibes. And I've been trying to figure out how to handle that. And I guess I have some thoughts, but what would you do?
Saying it's elitist, but it's not. It's I guess I get too passionate about it, but like it's for the greater good, right?
Yeah.
Like I know some people don't realize that we're in the mess that we're in, but if you can change even like one mind, if you can just all the different options, and I think it's the convenience. That's really what convenience, price, and just reiterating that it's not all the time. You're practicing it little by little. It's like just changing one little habit. You want to do something differently, you can start small. Just replace one item.
One of the things that Corinne was telling me, and that my wife, who's one of your converts from this process, is that she finds that she actually buys less. If she stops and she thinks about her purchase and how she's going to do it, she actually sometimes she doesn't make that purchase. And there's almost a dopamine hit with that Amazon app of buy it now, buy it now, buy it now. And so there's been a reduction in her expenditure just from that.
Yeah.
Just
absolutely.
not making that purchase.
And just deleting the apps. That was one of the first things I did, was like, I'm just not even going to be tempted, because honestly, kind of lazy, not going to go pull up my laptop and go onto my phone and just pull up the website, because then you got to log in and you got, it's just annoying.
It's work.
So if you just delete it, then that's not, and it's really, I think, remembering that shopping is a dopamine thing. So if you can find something else instead of your mindless shopping, if you can read a book, do a puzzle, do something that you just, it's going to fulfill it. And it's not easy. We're all in this kind of rut of doom scrolling and everything, but it's small steps.
And it's very isolating too, if that's all you ever do is interact with that app, and then a box shows up at your doorstep.
And I think that's a big thing too, is like our communities are kind of gone. And so if you can, get together with other people, and that's why I started the book club, was like, okay, these are people who want to, I know all of us in that we want to make a difference. So if we can just broaden our horizons, one person at a time, then over time I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it with other people, and it's like that's how it starts. It's just.
Well, I was going to ask you if you've met interesting people besides us. if it's led you to meet interesting people through this journey.
I did the started the book club, which I already knew them, but
what was your first book?
We did like an anti-racism theme, and so like I read White Fragility was the first book, and we all got to pick like a theme, and then we went from there to like fiction by Black authors, and now we're doing Black author memoirs.
Sweet.
So we're just
I should let you answer Andy's question. Sorry about that. I just had to ask. Yeah.
No, that's okay.
No, that was a good question.
Just curious. I love the idea of actually like, I feel like book clubs were like so big for a while, and they kind of like fell off, and like we should be bringing them back. Like I really like that. We had a guest on recently who talked a little about the epidemic of loneliness, and that's like that. I can feel that like being an undercurrent of this conversation too. And I just love the idea of books bringing people together and kind of giving people a way in. It's funny. I was in a book club when I first moved to Vermont. And I noticed that like half the women in the book, it was all women, like half the people in the book club like didn't read the book. And I always thought that was like so weird. But it was like they just wanted to hang
just
and like
hang
get
out.
together. And I was like, you know what? There's no crime in that.
No, you just need the connection. And
Yeah.
I think that is, it's so key right now.
Yeah.
Especially here, it's so easy to isolate.
Yes.
Especially in the islands, you can just,
sure.
just be in your own space. You go to work, you come home, and that's like it. And nobody wants to go back out afterwards. That's so hard. Once you're home and you're cozy, you don't want to go back out. But I think getting that community, it's so beneficial. I think once you start doing it, it gets easiher little by little, as I was saying. Because that's my theme is like small things lead to bigger things.
Well, and because we are rural out here, we're in the Champlain Islands when we're recording this. I think some people might think that this is even harder out here, and maybe it is in some ways. But are there aspects of living here where it's actually easier, where you could grow things in a garden, or you have neighbors that make things, or CSAs and things like that?
Where I am in Islamont, like we're on a street like full of relatives technically, so we always are surrounded by, it may not be people that you've talked to in a while, but I feel like everybody's got their back, and I feel like the whole way through the islands is that there is community. It may not be everybody getting together, but that that you can rely on people. I really do feel that way. I'm very, very lucky to have moved here and live here. But yeah, we have 13 acres. And we can grow, and my husband and my son hunt, so that's not something everybody can do. They know how to process it themselves, and everybody knows how to work on stuff here.
Yes.
If anything breaks down, don't matter where you are, there's always somebody. I mean, it's just, we're very lucky to live here. I think, even if it is isolating, it's a rare gem, honestly.
That is the Vermont story, though. I mean, it echoes so much the conversation we had with our economist friend who was just on, and we were talking about how like we can do stuff ourselves here in Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to rely on the oligarchy. We can rely on each other if we do it with intention. And I love your concept about, just doing one piece at a time. I think there's data about like habit forming. If you like start small and set small goals, you're more likely to succeed.
Exactly.
I love it.
And to plug in, like I've been learning a lot about neuroplasticity and how we used to think like the brain, like once you got to a certain point, it just stopped. But the brain is much more plastic and moldable, and to where like, you can teach an old dog new tricks. You can, even though, and it's not easy.
Yeah.
But once again, doing one small thing and it just slowly over time will change that.
It's funny. I feel like in moments like these, we sort of learn both at a like societal level and in our interpersonal levels, like what people's sort of day-to-day capacity is for growth mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we sort of see like, oh, this person can really like change and roll with the punches, and this person needs to do it a little more slowly.
Right.
And we just kind of learn so much about how everybody can change because everything's changing around us so fast.
Exactly.
Like it's so easy to fall into that trap of and then these companies, Amazon, they make it really easy to just click a button and do these things, but we're happier when we're doing more for ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're a mom of 3, right?
Yes.
Like, I mean, I just want to like call that out because it's like I was an Amazon boycotter for years because of what they do to authors and small publishers.
Yes.
My husband's a writer, and I was like, we're just done with it. And then when we had a baby, like I was back on the platform, and it took a while for me to be like, no, I was right the first time.
No, absolutely. Once, because they had like the diapers where you could subscribe and they just came.
Yes. I mean, that was everything,
was so
right?
amazing.
And it's like, we just have to find ways to support each other. So we're not reliant on that, but it is hard.
It is very difficult.
So what would be, if somebody's inspired by this conversation, what would be the first step? Download that app? Is that?
I think that would be the first step. At least that's going to get you informed, and you can kind of, I normally buy from here. They support people I don't support and find an alternative. And they have any, like I said, in categories. You can look by baby clothing, and it'll tell you. And right there's a little, I can show you guys afterwards, like a red or a blue, and then the party symbol next to it, and you can decide pretty quickly that way. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's really amazing.
And I mean, we've talked about it a little before, but I don't know if you know about a local company called Mighty, which supports only Vermont-based businesses.
I did not know about that.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty cool. But I don't think they deliver up here in the islands, but for our Burlington area listeners, they're a really good alternative. You can always pick things up at my house if you want.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. And maybe it'll catch on. Maybe it'll, we get the word out there.
That's the hope.
Like, yeah.
It would be. I've always wanted to have like a network of lockers through the islands where we could have small businesses. You could order, they could drop it off, and you could drop.
Well, they do that in big cities, so why not?
You should pitch that to Mighty.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he said done.
I think it's a cool idea. I love it.
Yeah, I thought about where we'd lease them, but I hadn't thought about who would actually stuff the lockers. But I mean, that just with our commuter rhythm, you could easily stop on Route 2, unlock, get your purchase,
get your stuff and go.
It might be refrigerated compartments, get your milk, and you're off.
Well, that's why Amazon bought Whole Foods. Like in other states, they use the Whole Foods basically as a locker.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. So, Courtney, when you go to one of our lovely local creamy stands here in Vermont, what do you order?
What do I get? Oh my gosh. When I went to Devon's, they had like a raspberry, I think. Any fruit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fruity, creamy
We've mentioned
fan.
Devon's a few times here. That's the one on Hog Island.
When I go to Harborside, though, they have a strawberry shortcake that I freaking love because it's like a pound cake.
Yeah.
As well. It's so good.
Now, okay, so when you get was it raspberry or just any fruit, creamy?
Yeah, the raspberry, I tend to go for that, but any fruit one, yeah.
And do you get sprinkles?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to lead the witness. I just want anybody who's listening and not watching to know that Andy was trying to influence the answer of that question.
I just had an itch.
So Courtney is on Team Sprinkles.
I love sprinkles.
Yeah, me too. Love them, right?
Yes.
They're just joyous.
They are. They bring nothing but happiness.
Our season 2 guests have been down on sprinkles, so you're just starting to make a comeback. That's 2 in a row for you.
Yeah, I think we have a regular segment now with Courtney because she's Team Sprinkles.
And you're from Indiana originally, and did they call them sprinkles or Jimmy's out there?
That is where I learned that they were also called Jimmy's, but I don't really. I think it was more like a high school. This is kind of funny. We'll call him Jimmy's than anybody actually calling him that.
Oh, okay.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
This
was great.
This is so fun. What segment are we doing, Andy?
We are doing Last Licks.
It's so exciting.
And
I love Last Licks.
It's our last licks before the holiday, before Christmas.
Yeah.
We think. We're not quite sure exactly when we're releasing this. We've got some things in the works.
Yeah.
But
it probably is, yeah.
We're going to pretend that this is the last time that we are speaking into the microphone before Christmas.
Savor it.
Yes. Which is, we're back on the holiday. We have Thanksgiving. There's very few holidays that you and I celebrate together. I haven't realized this until we've gone around the calendar.
Yeah, our different faith traditions are competing.
But you pointed out to me, rightly, that many of the Christmas songs that I enjoy were written by Jewish composers.
Oh yeah, big time. We're big contributors to Christmas culture.
It's possibly all of them. What I'm reading.
I mean, that's what I grew up with. That lore, that Jews wrote a lot of Christmas songs and a lot of the Christmas media, and I sort of think that's. I think it's really fun. I don't have any. I mean, I do wish that there were real Hanukkah movies. Hallmark has started putting out some, and they really kind of stink. But there's no good.
Is it about a country or a city girl and a country guy?
Not that probably it's Hallmark, so probably yeah. I don't know, but but we do watch Christmas movies and hear plenty of. We don't play a ton of Christmas music, but. I do appreciate that there's a shared tradition there.
I feel like you should have held back some of this music and movies
for
Hanukkah.
Ourselves.
Yeah, for Hanukkah.
Yeah, I guess it's just a factor of the tiny market. I think Jews are 0.5% of the American population. We do have some disproportionate representation in the media. That's probably because, we own the media and control the world and, are the Illuminati and all that stuff.
I'm glad you said that. Just a note, that's not me.
Yeah. No, I'm just joking.
All right. Well, I
also
have
the space laser.
A random the space laser.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're
getting Andy in all kinds of trouble.
Space laser lady is leaving Congress.
I know. It's. I think I'm sad about that.
Are you sad about it?
No. I mean, obviously she's horrible, and I'm not.
Yeah.
But the space laser, I got so much mileage out of the space laser. Like, I think it is the funniest thing ever, and I don't know if people like know this. So, like, at one point, what's her name? Like
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Taylor Greene said that Jews have in control a space laser. And after she did that, people started making like pins and patches and stickers and stuff that said like space laser tech and like, you know, all this stuff about like space laser. And they raised money for all these like Jewish organizations with it. So it was like completely brilliant. People were like sending me stuff. Like, you wouldn't believe it. Like, I have tons of space laser stuff. Like, my old laptop was like covered with stickers. I just think it's so funny. And I'm always like, when's my shift on the space laser? I haven't gotten one. This went in a different direction maybe than you were planning.
No, it did not. See, I have a random internet list of 10 Christmas songs.
Yeah,
yes.
we can talk about that.
Well, and I thought there's no way we can stay on thread for all 10 of these. Like, we'd be lucky to get through 4 of them. And we really didn't even get through one at this point.
But I really do want to hear the list because I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to start at the top because I don't think we'll get all the way to the bottom.
I think we got this. We got this.
All right. White Christmas is number one.
Classic.
Yes.
Yep.
You ever see that movie?
It's a movie?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
That's where it comes from. My favorite scene in that is they're in New York and they want to experience a white Christmas.
Oh.
So they go to Vermont and they go on the train.
Oh my God.
Sing a bunch of songs and they get off and it's just like brown mud everywhere when they get to Vermont. Yeah, that was so I've only seen it once. Holiday Inn came out first and then they basically remade it as White Christmas with better songs and less racially problematic scenes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Number 2, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's classic. We do watch that movie. And Steve really likes it. There's some troubling gender stuff in there, but other than that, it's really good. Isn't there like I feel like I haven't seen it in a while, but I feel like there's a whole thing about like Rudolph and like his like girl reindeer just being a very like B-plot character.
Herbie seems coded, doesn't he?
You think so?
I think there's something there.
Interesting.
But have you seen at Lowe's? They've got the giant, like the Bumble and the Yukon Jack. They're huge.
Really?
And they sing and they light up. Like, I want those. I want them in my yard for December.
Of course you do.
I don't want them in my garage from January to November.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're really expensive.
Right.
And I'm trying to build a house, so I have to prioritize.
No, I
So
understand.
I'm definitely going to buy Yukon Jack.
Yeah. I think good. That's good that
We
you
don't
have
need
priorities.
upstairs windows. I'm just going to have Yukon Jack.
I really want to see it now. I might have to like stop over there and get a picture.
Yeah, well, they all...
You should take a selfie with them the next time you're there.
I absolutely should because I'm running out of time. Yeah, okay, because they all light up. They all have buttons you press and they say stuff.
This is amazing.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the employees are driven nuts, but the kids are all out there pushing the buttons over and over again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just see, that's like the fun part about Christmas is like the lights and the, pizzazz. Hanukkah's great, and we try to bring that to our Hanukkah, as you know, but it's not really part of the tradition.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, even though it's lights, like it's about lights, but it's like little lights,
3 is Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
The Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire.
Wow.
Mel Torme is Jewish, huh?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever had actual roasted chestnuts? Have you roasted them?
Never.
We did.
You did?
In the city, we did it a few times. And you could get fresh chestnuts or, I don't know, roast ready. I don't know. I think they're fresh.
A cart off the street? Or?
No. There was a little, really lovely little market inside Grand Central Station, actually. Mm. It's a little, like, chefy food market. I don't really know what kind of words I'm looking for. But anyway, and one of the vendors there had fresh chestnuts, and we used to roast them. And they're pretty tasty.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
Fun fact.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try that. Mm-hmm. Number 5, Silver Bells.
Oh, my God. These are like the heavy hitters.
It is all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun fact about this one, we used to go to my grandparents for Christmas Eve, and then we would open presents at my house on Christmas morning. our house.
Sure.
And I always wondered, why did Santa Claus already visit the day before Christmas,
Right.
my grandparents' house? And I was told that in urban environments, Santa goes the day before. And in the countryside, he actually comes for Christmas morning.
That's some very clever messaging.
And I actually believe that. And there is the silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. So I
Yeah.
always thought that meant the day before. This is how stupid I was as a kid.
No, every kid though, not the Jewish kids.
And
Yeah.
not to mention that the urban environment was Williston in the 1980s, which none of that stuff was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I believe that was the big city, and that Santa Claus had altered his schedule for Williston, Vermont, because it was such a metropolis that he had to start early.
That's amazing.
I went to college eventually, believe it or not.
Well, it's funny, like when you're a Jewish kid, like when I was a Jewish kid, all my friends, peers, and we did the same thing with Isa, you had to be trained by your parents not to tell your classmates that Santa Claus wasn't real, because we all knew. And it was like don't tell them. And like we would always be like, but, and they, your parents would be like, no, like you'll be canceled. Like they didn't have that language, you know?
Bad for the brand.
But it was bad for the brand. And for everyone I know managed to get through that. But I remember with Isa too, being like, just don't, I know it would be funny, but not really.
Well, I think young Andy could have used a little bit of help.
Well, I mean, all of my friends like went through this, and Steve went through it, and I just was like, yeah, all right, Santa.
Number 6, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Oh my God.
These
are just huge.
Usually the one they kick off when they start playing Christmas music on the radio, they kick off with that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Real.
Number 7, Holly Jolly Christmas.
Oh my God.
Burl Ives.
Wow.
I know. Isn't this amazing?
Yeah, this is amazing.
This one, Santa Baby, number 8.
Whoa. Classic.
Yeah.
I mean, these all are.
Yeah. Madonna.
Yeah.
9, I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Oh, that one's like very sad and sweet.
It is a sad one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And number 10, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah. That makes me think of Kevin McAllister.
Oh, yeah.
Pulling the ruse. Yeah.
Yes.
When they come by, that the party's going on.
Oh, yes. I hadn't seen Home Alone until like kind of recently, maybe like last year. My nephew is like, he's like kind of obsessed with it. And when we were at my sister-in-law's, it was like last year or the year before for the holiday. And so Ryan, the composer of our theme music, had like set up, like we went out for something and we came back and he had like rearranged the whole room into like basically a theater so that we could all watch Home Alone together, like the entire extended family. And it was like best day ever. It was so fun.
Did you ever see the Mythbusters when they went through like the medical analysis of what would happen to you if a paint bucket slammed into your face from the top story and you were burnt, and like everything that happened to Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci?
No, it's a little grinchy.
Yeah, that is a little grinchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it gets worse in Home Alone 2 because that's much more violent.
Yes.
And there's a cameo from,
Yes.
I don't remember who.
No. I feel like Home Alone 2 does not hold up to the original at all.
No, we
Yeah.
don't watch it.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
That's the right thing to do.
Thank you
Yeah.
for saying so.
This Jew doesn't think that you should watch that Christmas movie.
I wonder how many Jewish people wrote that. It was probably written, directed, produced, starred in by. Yeah.
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll have to do that one next.
We got all the way through the list.
We got all the way through the list.
I'm impressed with us.
I hope we haven't offended any of our listeners. I don't think so, but I don't know, really. Yeah.
Hard to say.
We like people of all faiths. Regardless of what they have or have not written.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Joanna.
Thank you for that research, Andy. That was thoroughly entertaining.
Thank you. And Merry Christmas if you celebrate that kind of thing.
Yeah, and Happy Hanukkah, although I think it might be over at the air date. Hope you had a Happy Hanukkah, and we hope you just all have lovely holidays. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode.
Thank you all for listening.
Follow us between episodes for the latest updates on our socials at There's No A in Creamy on Instagram, Substack, and Blue Sky.
And catch us on our next episode of There's No A in Creamy, Vermont Politics, Culture, and Beyond in Apple Podcasts and Spotify.